This morning we are continuing our conversations with area school superintendents. Dr. Stephen Gainey is superintendent of Randolph County Schools and joins us to talk about that. Good morning.
Good morning.
You got a first day coming up on Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
I guess the excitement is out there. Teachers right now getting ready for that too.
Well, this is year 33 for me, and it's still just as exciting as year 1. I've always said school buildings were built for kids to be in them and teachers teaching, and that's what happens starting on August 25. So I'm very excited.
You have had such a track record down there of getting these kids excited. What do you think is the magic there? Supporting teachers, letting them do what they need to do in the classroom?
I think empowering people to do the jobs they're hired to do is critical. And that's when they start forming relationships with kids, and that's when the magic starts, right, during the school year and runs throughout the whole school year. So I think when you hire people, you need to give them the keys to run with what they're hired to do. The
ways teachers teach and the ways kids learn have changed through the years, but it all comes down to that relationship. Kids that enjoy going, and all of a sudden they enjoy the whole process, don't they?
And it doesn't matter how much, as time moves on, technology becomes more and more prevalent in classrooms and schools and all, but relationships still are the key, in my opinion. This is a people business. Schools are a people business, and they're never going to be able to discount the value of the relationships in the classrooms and the schools and the communities in relation to the schools.
What do you think parents can do as far as making their kids successful? Everybody wants them, we mark them with straight A's or whatever, but at the end of the day, you want kids to be a success. What can parents do to help along that?
If I could tell parents one thing to do, I'd say talk to your kids regularly about what's going on in school. You may pick up on something, they may not tell you directly, but you may pick up on something that's bothering them that you can share with us, and we can help head that off. And also you pick up on the successes your children are having, and you can use that to support your children and encourage them to move forward and stretch themselves. So I think one of the biggest things is talk to your kids regularly about what's happening in school.
There are a lot more avenues for parents to have that conversation with teachers too. They pick up on something, letting them know. It used to be just a note going back and forth, but you got a lot of different ways.
Oh, and our teachers are masters at that, and teachers across this country are masters at that. They want to be engaged with parents, and they want to be able to have that relationship so they can share information freely. And some of it's good and some of it may not be good, but we can't help children unless we're sharing accurate information back and forth between parents and school.
We really focus on education at the beginning of the school year, but you got a whole year ahead, and you got to keep kids energized through that, and through that winter break, make sure they don't lose what they've learned. That's part of the challenge, isn't it?
And that's where you can't put a value on teachers. Mm-hmm. Teachers are special people, and that's their skill set. That's what they're the authorities in that area. They know how to keep kids interested. The teachers, it's amazing to watch what teachers do every day in classrooms, and that's we can never overlook that either. And when I say teachers, I'm not discounting the counselors and the support staff and everybody else at schools, the administration, but they're really special people that work in schools, and you cannot overlook their skill set, because it can't be duplicated by just anybody. It's special people called to this profession.
It truly is. And I think everybody, young, old, any age, can tell you who a favorite teacher was. A person who made an impact on their life. You can't tell what the lesson was, but they know that person made an impact. That's what's important.
Absolutely. It's just that relationship with teachers, you cannot break it. When it's done right, you cannot break that relationship. Kids never forget, even when they're later in life. I still can think back of who was those special teachers, and there was a ton of them. There were a ton of them that I just value to this day, and feel like the opportunities I've had was because of them in many ways.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
Well,
and we wish you all the best in the school year ahead.
Well, it's going to be a great school year. We will have
a
great school year for sure.
Emily?